A naked Florida man robs a meat market. A Florida man takes a sledgehammer to some gaming machines after losing thousands. A Florida man is arrested for trespassing on a construction site wearing a red lace bra, G-string, and holding a gun. And a Florida Salvation Army bell ringer tried to impale a Publix manager with the donation tripod. These are the weird stories on Friday for Weird AF News. They are all from the state of Florida because I like to do a very exclusive episode every Friday with only weird news from Florida. I like to call it Florida Friday on Weird AF News. Here we go. A Florida man robs a meat market while naked. The irony in this one, huh? It's totally not lost on me. A Florida man robs a meat market with his meat out. Are we sure he wasn't robbing the meat market? Maybe he was making a delivery of meat to the meat market. All right, bad joke. Let's get the details and then start judging. The story's out of Lake City, Florida. Officers arrested a Florida man accused of armed robbery of a meat market in Lake City while naked, wearing nothing but a mask. I love how he thought of the mask. He's like, I don't want anyone identifying me, so let me put the mask on. They could still identify you from your junk, bro. Did you not know? Well, maybe not. I don't know. But I'd love to see some witness at the police station. And they got a lineup of Florida men's dongs. Take a look at these Florida man wieners. Do you recognize the wiener that robbed the place? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Some men have a very outstanding genitalia. Either it's very huge or even if it's very small, it's also notable. Okay, let's not go here. Let's get back to the details. Lake City police say they responded to reports of a robbery at a BJ's meat market. BJ's meat market. Wow. I mean, the coincidences in this story. Well, I mean, if you're going to rob a meat market with your junk out, it might as well be BJ's. It's located on Northwest Main Boulevard. You know the place. You've been there to get some meat. Officers say the robbery suspect, later identified as Florida man Kobe Watkins, age 24, entered BJ's completely nude except for a covering on his face. He had a piece of cloth wrapped around something in his hand that employees believed might be a weapon as well. Sounds like Florida man entered the BJ's meat market with two weapons, the one between his legs and whatever was in his hand. Stop that man with the huge pepperoni. It says here, Florida man Watkins broke into their cash box, took more than $1,000 cash from the store before he ran away. Luckily, nobody was hurt during the robbery. Well, that's making a presumption that nobody was hurt. I mean, there could have been some children completely horrified, going to need years of therapy because they've been exposed to a Florida man's kielbasa. Now, the officers acted quickly. They established a perimeter and located the Florida man a short time later with the help of the county sheriff's office. They also found items believed to be connected to the crime in the area. They were like, we recognize that schlong. Florida man Watkins was taken to a hospital for a medical evaluation, which is appropriate, before being booked into the county jail. He faces charges of armed robbery, exposure of sexual organs, grand theft, criminal mischief. What? No drugs? No drug charges at all? Because from my understanding, one of the reasons why Florida man does so many things naked is because of, it's meth. Yeah, what are you doing? A Florida man is arrested for taking a sledgehammer to a store's gaming machine after losing nearly $4,000. The story's out of a city called Hialeah. Hialeah, how you doing? New videos shows the man that the police say was a raging robber taking a sledgehammer to a Hialeah food store's gaming machines. This was in a rage, in a fit over losing $3,800 earlier that same day. Well, I have so many questions. What kind of games are we talking about? Those claw games? What kind of game is in a gaming machine that's in a grocery store? Does Florida have, slot machines and poker machines in the grocery store like you find in Nevada? Nevada's weird like that. You'll be in, a convenience store, and there'll be a few slot machines in the corner. I attended a church service in Nevada, and there was a poker machine on the side. I'm kidding, but they're still degenerates. Now, the police say that there's video showing this Florida man, Sunil Arzola, age 46, forcing a terrified store clerk into a bathroom and snatching her cell phone. Police said the crime happened at the RC La Atenas Market and Smoke Shop. So it's a smoke shop / market. I'm sure it's an upstanding institution of some sort for Florida standards. It's located in a warehouse area, so you know it's going to be quality over there. You're going to get some quality smokes and produce. It's probably got some really quality produce at this Atenas Market and Smoke Shop located in a warehouse area that features games, apparently, that scam you. According to the arrest report, surveillance video helped the detectives identify Arzola, the Florida man. And it came down to the birthmark that's on his right hand that you can see. Well, this is why you got to wear gloves if you're going to sledgehammer some property. Everybody knows that. Put your gloves on. Put your sledgehammer gloves on, Arzola. What's wrong with you? Florida man has no scruples, though. They can't plan ahead. Police said the footage showed him leaving on a bicycle and dropping something in the parking lot. The report states a few minutes later, the video showed that a woman, later identified as his girlfriend, arrived in a Dodge Ram pickup truck to retrieve the items. What items are they talking about? I have so many questions here. I'm very confused. All right, I found the video and watched it. He clearly kidnaps the store clerk, puts this person in the bathroom. And you imagine a sledgehammer, like a large sledgehammer. It's a small handheld sledgehammer, a little bit bigger than a normal hammer. But he completely pummels these machines with the little hammer. And I can't tell from the video what kind of machines they are. They look like poker machines, but it's hard to tell. They're some kind of gaming machine. The whole thing looks like a shady situation from the get-go. I don't know why you would put thousands of dollars into those machines. Like, that's just foolishness from the get-go, but, this is a Florida man. What do we expect? In the video, you could see him clearly taking cash out of the machines and shoving them in his pockets. Police say the footage also showed him leaving on a bicycle and dropping something in the parking lot. A few minutes later, video shows that a woman, later identified as his girlfriend, arrived and picked up the item. It doesn't say exactly what the item is. Authorities say they saw that the truck was registered to Arzola, and they later determined that he owned a warehouse in the area, which is less than a mile from the store. Police say they found Arzola and his girlfriend at his warehouse and took them both in for questioning. Well, on the bright side, at least this Florida man, when he was committing the crimes, had his clothes on. A Florida man trespassed on a construction site dressed in a red lace bra and a G-string, also had a gun. The story is out of Polk County. Quality place. Florida man landed behind bars after Polk County deputies say he had a gun hidden under prosthetic silicone breasts while he was trespassing at a construction site. Are we sure this just wasn't the plumber showing up after hours, putting in some OT, trying to lay some pipe? All right, back to the story about the Florida man trespassing with a gun under his silicone breasts, wearing a G-string. In other words, just another Monday in Florida, really, when you break it down. Here's our backstory on this little ditty. According to Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. Oh, Grady Judd. We love Grady Judd. He's famous on Weird AF News. Always got something. Matthew Zaccarino is the Florida man in question, age 39. He was sitting in a vehicle by himself at a construction site. When the deputies approached him, they said he was wearing a red lace bra with prosthetic silicone breasts. When asked why he was dressed like this, he said, "I feel pretty. Feel so pretty. I'm feeling pretty. Don't I look pretty? I am pretty. Today, at least, I'm feeling pretty." Actually, I made that up. He didn't say that. He said, "You want to smoke this with me?" He didn't say that either. I made that up. Let's find out what really happened according to Sheriff Grady Judd. Yeah, pew, 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 Grady Judd on the scene. Grady Judd said, then we noticed that he's wearing a G-string, showing off the boys. You know what I mean. Oh, Grady Judd, gotta get a lewd joke in there. You can always count on Grady Judd. He thinks he's a comedian down there. He really does. Grady Judd went on to explain that it's hard to know how dangerous these situations are because under the breastises, the deputies found, dun dun dun, a gun. What are you, surprised? This is Florida. Everybody's got a gun. They're concealing them. It's okay to conceal, carry them, no problem. Don't even need a permit. Why is this a surprise? The sheriff said that Zaccarino, the Florida man, claimed he was going to a costume party. Oh, good one, buddy. Way to come up with that one. Quick thinking Florida man sometimes. I wonder what Florida man said when they asked him on the spot, where is the party? Was he like, in that porta potty on the construction side. We're going to meet up in there. It's the G-string crew. No, actually, when asked where the party was, as they did ask, they claimed that he stopped talking. Grady Judd said, quote, "Can you imagine? He's angry at us for trying to find out why he's wearing lace bras with guns and G-strings or G-somethings. It was ugly. It was so ugly." Oh, come on, Grady Judd. God forbid a Florida man have some hobbies. What's wrong with this, right? Was he endangering anybody? Sounds like they just want to humiliate a guy who was hanging out in a dress waiting for his match from Grindr or whatever. And can you blame him for having a gun? When you're meeting people in Florida on a dating app, you got to have a gun on you. I mean, they have a gun on them for everything. You need a gun on you going to the Waffle House in Florida. That should not raise any flags whatsoever. Yet the Florida man has been arrested and charged with armed trespassing with a firearm, loitering or prowling, and resisting an officer without violence. Just prowling in a G-string. That's well, people got fetishes, man. You got a gun fetish. You got a lingerie fetish. Those are usually okay in general. A little tame for Florida man. It's the whole trespassing with a gun and lingerie that's an issue, I think. Yeah, Florida, huh? Where the mentally compromised go to blossom. A Florida Salvation Army bell ringer tried to impale a Publix store manager with the donation tripod. This is probably the best title of 2026. So early in the year. And this is the Florida Christmas story we've all been waiting for, huh? A Florida man working as a Salvation Army bell ringer was arrested Tuesday after he allegedly tried to assault the manager of a grocery store. Does everybody know about the Salvation Army bell ringer? Some of you live in another country where the Salvation might not have infiltrated. This is a supposedly non-profit organization that helps people that are down and out, and the CEO drives a Rolls Royce, I believe, so it all works out. The Salvation Army bell ringers crop up around the holidays, and they ring the bell outside of grocery stores, and they ask you to please donate into the red bucket, which is between some tripod legs. They have like a tripod with a hanging bucket in the middle. It's like a bucket. I don't know what you call it. It's a large tripod, by the way, which is important. It's an important detail to understand the context of this story, because apparently this Salvation Army bell ringer tried to impale somebody with the tripod. But, we're all stressed around the holidays. Let's not judge quite yet. Let's get the details. The Martin County Sheriff's Office say 63-year-old Florida man Stephen Pavlik tried his hand at some part-time Christmas charity work. However, he was drunk while working the Salvation Army bell-ringing gig. He was, in addition, quite belligerent and eventually assaulted somebody, and he went from bell duty to booking blotter after a full-blown charity tirade, apparently. Wow, whoever wrote this article has a way with words, that's for sure. Instead of collecting donations, the Florida man allegedly, quote, acted more like a bad Santa, becoming intoxicated while on duty, aggressively confronting passersby. Was just aggressively ringing and going, "Just put some money in here, you cheap bastard. It's the holidays, you son of a bitch. Oh, sure, walk on by and not give during the holiday season. I hope you rot in hell." It says here, instead of creating an atmosphere of holiday giving and spirit, he created a major disturbance outside the Publix store. When the manager approached to speak to him, the Florida man Pavlik allegedly turned violent, and that's when he tried to impale him, quote, with the donation kettle tripod. That's called putting the army in Salvation Army for once. Is there a video of this attempted tripod impaling? I would love to see that. It says here, luckily, the manager nor anyone else was injured in the melee. The Florida man was later arrested at his home and booked into the county on charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrestices. That's it? That's the end of the information I get on this amazing holiday story? Come on, I need to find another article. Nope, I got nothing additional. So the article says he was drinking on the job. So I mean, imagine walking by a Salvation Army bell ringer. He's just jingling away and sucking on a pint of vodka in his mitten. I mean, would you even be surprised, though? I'll tell you right now, partly to blame is the Salvation Army. They don't hire people that are okay. I don't know if you've seen people that they hire. They're not, there's something off about these people. I don't know I don't know if this is community service being served. I don't understand it, but they're not all there. I mean, I remember going back as far as a child being frightened of those bell ringers. Like, dude, you don't want to donate over there. You know, you get the donation in the bucket, but then you walk away with hepatitis. So is it really worth it for the holidays? Hey, what's up, my friends? How y'all feeling today? Is it the weekend yet? Are you enjoying it? Please try to enjoy it. It's the year starting off a little bent, so try and enjoy yourself and forget about it. All right, just like you have your own little world. All right, you don't have to pay attention to what's going on out there all the time. Take the weekend off from that. I just recommend, laying off mainstream news for Saturday and Sunday. Just watch some football. We got some good playoffs this weekend, and just enjoy your life. Try to, anyways. With your own little world, your own little friends. This is where it's at right now. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I got some shows this weekend. I'm gonna watch some football and enjoy myself. I was trying to do a dry January because I went too hard for New Year's, but I don't know. With the way things are going, I think I need a couple Guinness this weekend. Don't judge me. I've never made it an entire month without having a drink before, so I was attempting it. It's day 9, 8. I'm already like, I think I want a margarita. Just to calm the nerves a little bit. We'll see what the weekend brings me. All right, I'm rambling here. Let me get down to the brass tacks, as they say, and just thank everybody for sending me Floridaman stories the last couple of days. Very, very helpful. My email is funnyjones@gmail.com. You can always send me stuff. My Instagram's @funnyjones. You can always slide into my DMs, introduce yourself, say hi. You can drop links in there to stories that you think are appropriate for the podcast as well. I'll get them, and I will tell you thank you and that I appreciate you. I have a review here I'd like to read that came in on Apple Podcasts, also known as iTunes. It's from Weston Holt, and it's 5 stars. How about that, guys? 5-star review? What, are you kidding me? You don't get those every day. 5-star review. Weston wrote, "This podcast is the best. Please read, Jonesy." Okay, I'll read it. You spelled my name wrong, though, but that's okay. "I am a huge fan," he says. "I've been watching for a whole year now." You mean listening? I think. Although maybe you're visualizing me in your skull. So in that sense, it is like watching me. "I'm a huge fan. I've been watching for a whole year now, Jonesy, and it has been a blast. I'm also from the U.S., North Carolina, and continue your work on the Florida Man Fridays, and also let's all start an actual charity for butt plugs to Bahrain. The Bahrainians need to get their butt plugs too." Very funny. Very funny, Weston, but I think you missed a very important detail about that butt plugs in Bahrain story, which is that the butt plugs were going to the American soldiers based in Bahrain. So it's not so much the Bahrainians were using the butt plugs; it was the Navy, I believe, the U.S. Navy, which sounds on brand, in the Navy. That song's fun to sing. All right, well, shout out to Weston. Thank you for the review. I so appreciate it. I have one suggestion, and this is for your life. Learn punctuation. Learn punctuation and where to capitalize. It's although the review is lovely, it's just got a lot of it's just lacking in those departments. And I want you to succeed in life, Weston Holt. I want you to be able to formulate a very, very professional paragraph, or even we'll start with a sentence. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. And thank you for the review and the 5 stars. So helpful, because I get so many non-5-star reviews. So when my peeps like Weston can come through for me, it's very appreciated. If you're doing nothing over the weekend, leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. You can click and just give me some stars. That only takes a second. You don't even have to write a damn thing, so that's really helpful and doesn't take more than a second, as I said. If you'd like to donate to the cause that we got going on over here, which is to distract you from the depressed world that we have before us on a daily basis, then go to weirdafnews.com, where you can join the Patreon or buy me coffee. You can also go to patreon.com/weirdafnews and join the Patreon there. It's a good cause. You could be a patron of the arts, which offers high-level bragging rights at barbecues, I find. All right? Peace out.